too caught up in current events and the state of the problems with humanity. It's not what the culture that plays games is.
We're going to live and die by our word. If the game fails, we will have no fingers to point to anybody but us.
The concerns come to an abrupt halt when Oddworld: Abe's Odyssey becomes a smash hit following its September 1997 release for PlayStation and PC. Our lovable little guy has been launched into stardom.
Abe's the guy that, in our hearts, we identify with. He's the guy who we think we are. And because of that, that's why we care so much for him.
Abe and his fellow inhabitants have beaten the odds and climbed to the top of the video game charts. When we come back, the mystery of the moon, the hamburger no-no, and... Sherry McKenna and Lorne Lanning dominated the video game industry with Oddworld: Abe's Odyssey. The 1997 release won more than 40 major industry awards and sold more than 2 million units worldwide. Well, there's not much time to celebrate. Oddworld's publisher asks for the impossible: compress the usual 2-year-plus production cycle and deliver a follow-up game in time for Christmas '98. Can Oddworld handle the pressure?
It was hell, let me say. It was not fun. We did it in 9 months. We got it done on time because that's what you're supposed to do. Deliver on time.
We just had to prevail, and it was murder.
With games to be made and deadlines to meet, the relentless businesswoman is adamant about providing a healthy work environment.
I am absolutely a monster about the health thing. So if I see people coming in with junk food, with a cheeseburger, I will absolutely take it and throw it away.
Sherry said healthy people are basically good, alive workers, and so she fronts the money for vitamins every week and has fruit baskets.
And then, you know, you'll pull a desk drawer and there'll be the donuts. But don't tell her I said that, if she finds out.
With little time to play, work progresses on the second Oddworld game, where some familiar inspirations are sneaking their way in.
Basically, our games are about consumerism versus mysticism.
Nicotine, sweeteners.
We have to look at us as consumers and be responsible for that which we consume.
Ooh, tasty.
But it speaks about hope. It speaks about changing for the better. It speaks about not being beaten down by the big guy.
Some of these very personal messages stem from Lorne's very real life, like paying homage to the 12-step program.
I started going to Alcoholics Anonymous. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but my father was a reformed alcoholic. And I used to visit my father on the weekends with my brother. And if we wanted to see Dad, you know, this is what he had to do. So we went too.
I had my first brew.
I have no idea the value that that had in my life because I think it's such an incredible organization. And I saw what it did for my father. It saved his life, and probably ours too.
Against so many obstacles, Lorne and the other Oddworld inhabitants still managed to make the deadline. Oddworld: Abe's Exodus is released in time for Christmas '98, and it's irresistible. And here's the lowdown. Abe must free the living Mudokons still enslaved by their captors, save the spirits of his dead Mudokan ancestors, and sabotage the evil cartel's businesses, including the Soulstorm Brewery. Got it? So what about the farts? Did they make it in?
You know, it'd be funny. What if Abe possessed his fart? I mean, at that point, we couldn't do anything but that.
Abe's behind yet another Game 1 secret.
When Abe broke out of Rupture Farms, that was one of the first things he saw was this moon. And as he put it, in the face of the moon was my paw. And he puts his hand up there and it links up, and then his fate is really kicking in.
But how did the paw get embedded in the moon? Well, like many movie mysteries, this one began in a not-so-mysterious way.
It's all budget, right? And what can you do and how much time and how much money? But what got edited out is those, as he was escaping, there was supposed to be a meteor storm hitting that moon, slowly forming this hand. So that it would imply that there's these greater forces that are really behind him. They're trying to send him symbols.
Now that we know the secrets, here are some magical movie moments.
I'm a fan of the movies as well. I mean, I'm just as stunned as I could be.
And their enthusiasm proves to be historical, coming to life on screen in more than 22 minutes of mini-movies. In 1999, they compose an animated short film from their movie game footage and submit it for an Academy Award. Would Abe actually get a chance to meet Oscar? And if he did, what in the world would he say?
So we decided, why not? Our computer graphics, our movies, our cinematics in our games really are quite cool. And so we decided, let's submit it.
Abe doesn't win the Oscar. So he ditches a career in movies and shifts his interest to music, landing himself a lead role in a German dance band's video.
This isn't something someone's going to watch once. It's going to be every time they click on the TV and sit back and go, oh, here's eine video. That's good. You kind of charge into it going, wow, this is something lots of people are going to see. That's a thing.
The video becomes a huge hit, and Abe plants his spot as an international star.
We interrupt this program.
Coming up, Oddworld makes a decision that some fans say,
I am screwed!
and Abe gets a sidekick.
He's a belcher.
By the year 2000, Oddworld inhabitants produced 2 successful releases that sold more than 4 million units worldwide. Their collection of odd characters were embraced by gamers everywhere.
We did our games on the PSX for Sony, and they were great. They were really great supporters. We were very happy being with Sony.
Yet that fall, Oddworld drops the bomb on their fans,
News for you, Blue.
announcing they've agreed to create future versions of the Oddworld quintology exclusively for Microsoft's upcoming Xbox.
The Xbox is the content machine today. That machine is the machine that if creative minds are together, they can deliver better content on it. That's it.
But fans are infuriated.
When our fans found out that we had done that, we got more hate mail than you can even imagine.
Somebody's really pissed off.
Blasphemy it was. We had a feverish upswing.
I go to the web, and you can't help but read the web. And there'll be some people, like, you know, talking crazy talk.
I am totally screwed!
And, man, that hurt. That hurt.
It means they care that much. People believe so much in that universe.
Can you imagine touching a human being so much to the point where they so believed in that